we need to, even if we can't get together like we do now, we need to do at least a message, something, on the computer or something, where we need to write out a plan for the things that we are going to do by next year. We want to have incorporated by next year that we are going to try to get ourselves off of this grid. And we could do it together as a team, because it's hard to do it by yourself, and we already know that it's hard to do it by ourselves.
True.
So if we get together a plan where all three of us can do it, because we know that all three of us are serious about it, then that'll make it easier for us to barter within each other. And if we find other people who want to do the same thing, we can do it. But it's going to have to start with the three of us, because we know that us three are willing to do it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
So are you looking at percentage-wise, 20% of your money coming out of the grocery store and into almost like a co-op, our own little personal co-op?
Our own little personal co-op. Maybe we could all grow, like, let's determine what kind of food, because you have limited space, right? You have limited space.
That's why I'm building up.
Right. So you're going to build up.
Right.
But right now you got limited space.
Okay.
What can you grow in abundance in a limited space?
I can grow strawberries.
Okay.
I can also grow onions.
Okay.
Onions, peppers.
Okay.
And there was a couple of other things that really did well. The beans did well.
And the beans. Okay. So you can grow that in abundance. So me and you have more space. So we could grow like more root vegetables.
But what's your plan? What's your plan though? Because
I'm saying that we all come together and get a plan.
The plan is, if me and you grow in abundance, that takes a lot of time, a lot of energy. So me by myself,
not really.
Okay.
It does not really take that much time, especially if you know what you're doing.
Yes, but you're right. Preparation is key.
It's not going to be perfect.
Preparation is key. Yeah.
It's not going to be perfect. It's going to be something that we're going to build.
So what's the plan for the camera people? The plan was, Sister Yoruba had said, and this is to encourage African people or black people to be self-determined, empowered individuals or communities. You're saying you holding your breath, girl. You're not even holding the sand. You clutching the boobies. You trying to show. But the plan was to help us be self-determined individuals, and we're talking about food growing here, and actually getting together with people in our communities and finding out what we're able to grow and what we're able to give to one another, so that we will be less dependent upon the system. And Sister Yoruba is saying that we in this area, where she's in Baltimore, Jackie's in Baltimore, I'm in DC Metro, how we can get together and start a plan, and maybe some other women or other people around our areas can get together and start a plan to grow different things, so that when it's time for growing season, then we can always swap with one another, so that makes us less dependent upon the supermarket and giving our money to people who just giving our money away and using it toward other things, because we all know the cost of food is a big budget in living. What other plans do you think needs to be put in place in order for us to stop giving? Sister, talk about
I always had the idea of a clothing swap.
I just was thinking that same thing.
Because we spend a lot of money on clothes.
Right.
Shoes, children's items, household things. But what happens to those things when the belly gets big or the butt starts to sag? We put them in the back of the closet. Or we give them away to places that make money
off of them,
like your Goodwills. And some people do consign, but
can I talk to you for a second? First, we have to, on that, I love it, because I'm a thrift store junkie. Right? But black people need to get out of the idea that they can't wear somebody else's clothing.
I don't have no issues with wearing.
I got it.
I had no problems with that. But my whole thing was that when a sister needs a new skirt, because that 18 don't fit no more, she might need that 22. She should be able to bring her 18 to my shop and swap them for the size that she needs.
And this would require no payment, correct?
No payment.
No payment.
Because if you're constantly bringing in, then we're constantly putting out. And nobody has to lose anything.
Right.
Nobody loses. But just like with your children, a lot of their clothes they never wear. And they especially never wear out.
You're right. Shoes can go untouched pretty much.
Pants. They grow out of them before they wear them out.
Before they even get a rub in the knee.
That's right.
What do you think? What do you think? For somebody who doesn't think like this, what do you think they need to do to just do it? Do you think they need to get like some type of organization to be taught how to think like this, or because I
think people going to start thinking like that once they get broke enough.
But should it get to that should it get to that level though?
Apparently we're not.
So far we are, and I almost got caught up into it. The green thing, which is highly European white people who are promoting it. And who already have it, and a lot of the green technologies are just that, technologies that do not apply to poor people. However, if we realize what green really is African, right? It's that earth shit. It's that shit that we don't even have to pay for.
That's right.
Now, when you talk about this stuff to black people, they look at you sideways because obviously black people must pay for shit in order for it. Because other than that, we can't look like we're poor. We have to pay for shit and actually be poor. So, what other things should people do? I mean, we talked about clothing, and I think that anything that we do, we have to definitely think about money.
Let's look at resources.
Yes. Resources. What do you mean by resources?
Resources, as in, I'm gonna take one that we probably all have an issue with, and that's the handyman.
Yes.
The handyman.
Because everybody who lives anywhere, we 3 sisters, 3 homeowning sisters, we might need a handyman. Now, I have a brother, my king or whatever, who's very handy. Handyman extraordinaire. Now, my sister Yoruba might know how to do hair. Could hook her hairdo up like nobody ever thought she could.
Trade it up.
And my trade up.
That's right.
What is the problem here?
Because
my sister need a babysitter. I don't work nowhere.
Then we're going to get somebody who's going to reply to this video and like, well, I need to make my ends because
what ends did you have when you were sitting there with nothing in the first place?
That's right. And then they sit there and complain, I ain't got nobody to help me. But guess what? You had that sister come to you and she tried to barter with you. And you looked her up and down, told her no.
Yeah.
Because you wanted some green pieces of paper.
Because you wanted green pieces of paper.
But them green pieces of paper don't go real far when you was already 3-4 months behind.
So the paper that you needed to get your hair did, you could have got your hair did, plus got what you needed to get done.
Well, she could have did her hair and got her sink that's been leaking and messing up her floor fixed. So the next way it don't mess up her floor to the point that she got to pay somebody to come in and dig the floor up and put down a new one.
Okay, so this all sounds so good.
How does it happen?
How does it happen? Are we quiet?
We got to start.
We got to start.
We just got to start it.
Yeah.
We cannot try to wake people up because people are too sleep at this point.
And
they would have to learn by example. They have to see how it works. Because if we just go out there like the guy with the video talking about, is the white man the enemy? That's the ball. Man, I'm sorry with the white man. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen.
Right.
What it's going to do is it's going to stagnate us from doing what we
It's going to distract us. It's distracting.
All you can do is, let's say you at work, right? You doing this process, and you know a couple other people doing the process. And you have this person that you think you can talk to, and you might say, well, I know you ain't got the money, but I know this girl, if you know how, I know you know how to, didn't you say you know how to make sweaters?